and good evening, Cinema Satsang viewers. How are you doing? Hope you're well and safe. Today I'm going to do a brief analysis, not a detailed analysis like Annayum Rasulam and some other films. But yeah, you can call it a film analysis of Nayattu, another Malayalam film. Let's start with the story. The story starts off with a kabaddi match and all action and thrills. So a new police officer is included in the police force and he is indoctrinated by a senior police officer by saying that even the goons have a right to choose the job which they want to do. This he says to him when they are going to frame a young boy who had gone to meet a minister's daughter in the night. So they are going to frame him and in an unbailable offense, and he says, this shitty job. So basically it starts off by saying that the police force is subservient to the people in power and they do not have any real power of their own. So basically this is a story of three good human beings who are police officers. There's this senior guy, I think his name is Joju George. He is the senior police officer. He's been there from many years. A new police officer joins in. He stays with his mother, and there's a lady police officer who also stays with his mother, and she's facing some problems with the local goons. And this senior police officer, he has a family, and his dream is that his daughter become a singer one day, and he's very excited about his daughter's singing competition. But all hell breaks loose, everything goes wrong in their life, and these three simple police officers are on the run. That's the film. Yes, that's the premise. It's a very exciting premise. These three are running and the police is running after them, chasing after them in exotic locations. The premise is very interesting, but the subject matter is very grim, where we are left to ponder that is it the righteous who always have to suffer? Is it the good people, the simple people? What happens to them in the end is nothing short of heartbreaking. And that is the grim reality of this system, of this life. So the setup is excellent. The setup is beautiful. It's brilliantly done. All these police officers, their families, they are human beings. In Hindi films, police officers are shown as either too good like Robin Hood or too corrupt. There is nothing in between. So these are human beings. The police officers, even the their bosses and their seniors are human beings. What happens is after coming back, after framing this boy, they are in a bad mood. So one group of people who have come to the police station, they spit on a newly painted wall, one of the disturbing elements of and let me tell you about the theme. This film also is a comment on caste politics, appeasement of a certain community, and there is nothing wrong in the upliftment, quota policies, but appeasement. It's a comment on the appeasement, and in the process of appeasement, the senior police officer who is of the same community, he gets affected. But now let me come back to the story. So someone spits on the wall and he gets angry that why the hell are you spitting on the newly painted wall? Wipe it. And he refuses to wipe it, and there is a scuffle between the senior officer and this guy. And then inside what happens is the junior police officer, he goes to take leave, and there is election going on. Yes, the backdrop is the election. I don't know much about Kerala elections, but elections are going on, and the police is trying to cover election rallies, and they are short of staff. So when the junior police officer goes for a holiday, is rejected. So he is also in a bad mood. So and when ye jab badtamizi karta hai, this guy misbehaves again inside the police station. Then there is a scuffle between the junior police officer and him, and he puts him in jail. And there is a huge commotion in the police. It's very exciting. They put him in jail, but he is released the next day. And after they are returning from a marriage ceremony, by accident, someone else is driving. They are not driving. because they don't drive when they are drunk. So someone else is driving, and by accident they kill the member of the same community who had taken a video of them in the scuffle in the police station, and that guy dies. So it will be a disaster for a political party, because now they would want revenge, this particular group of people, on these 3 police officers, although it was an accident. But who will believe them? Who is going to believe them that this was an accident and they were not behind the wheels? And we have already seen the police force is the system itself is corrupt, and so the senior police officer thinks we will be made scapegoats and we will languish in jail. So he decides to run, and he takes with them these 2 junior police officers with them, because he knows that their future is screwed. They will be sacrificed, and he gets the information that they will be put behind bars for no fault of theirs. And we made the scapegoats victims so that the political party can keep this particular group happy. And the irony is that this senior police officer is also part of that community, but who cares? In this irony of appeasing one particular group because of elections, the same member of that group is sacrificed. So they are on the run. They are running, and police is chasing them. So then you have to see what happens next. The chase is exotic locations and small towns near Munnar. So beautiful locations, and very excellently filmed by the director, by the cinematographer. As I told you, the craftsmanship is quite high in the film, with a lovely background score and in the chase sequences. And there are 2 songs also in the film. One is when they go to a marriage, it's a folkish kind of song, and then there is a lament when they are traveling in the bus, they are running away. There is a kind of a sad song, which was, I don't know whether this was required or not, but the lyrics were quite beautiful. And actually, when you look at the overall film, it makes sense. And coming to the performances, the senior police officer is just beautiful, and he is so good in the emotional scene. And when he says that it was my father's dream to make me a singer, but I couldn't become a singer, and now it is my dream that my daughter would have become a singer. But his daughter and mother and everybody is arrested and taken into police custody when they are on the run. And he says, this dream is also shattered. He being a member of the underprivileged class and caste, and so whether really they will, grow and evolve, and because of politics and caste politics and this kind of victimization, his dreams are also shattered. So he was very good in the emotional scene, and the rest of them also fine. But I loved this lady police officer who's chasing them. My God, she's like a cheetah. Yeah, she's like a cheetah. There's one shot of her running, but very short, but she's more like a cheetah, maybe because of her hairstyle and her acting skills and the way she uses the word fuck. So it's really exciting, and she could really be part of any international web series. See, we recently released a video of Charulata, Bengali film by Satyajit Ray, great Satyajit Ray, Charulata, where we talk about the costumes, and we also talk about Charu's hairstyle, the bun. So hair also tells you a lot about a character, especially if you look at a series like Crown on Netflix, Crown, which is about the British monarchy. So in one particular season, I don't remember exactly which number, but every season ends with the bloody hairstyle of the crown. That symbolizes power, that symbolizes greatness, that symbolizes whatever it wants to symbolize. So each and every department in filmmaking, be it costume, be it hair, says a lot. Yeah, so I love the hairstyle of this police officer as well. So yeah, that was an aside on hair and hairstyles in the film. So now let me talk about the end, the climax, which is the most poignant, most important part. And I wouldn't have noticed it if I wouldn't have seen the film a second time. And then it would have been just a review. But let me tell you, the end has two parts, very important two parts. One is the personal integrity of the senior police officer. What happens in the end is tragic. And then the two young police officers are told to save their lives. To save their lives, they have to lie about the integrity of the senior police officer, and he will be known as a murderer forever. But the lady police officer refuses to do that to save her own life because she doesn't want his daughter to remember him that way. Chooses to languish in jail for no fault of hers, but she does not want to compromise on the integrity of her senior. I am saying the film is grim, but this is a sacrifice which she makes to uphold human dignity and integrity. And it's also very sad that there are a lot of currently there are a lot of political prisoners languishing in jail without a fair trial. Now, the second part of the ending, which is mind-blowing. It's a satire on democracy. Now, when these two are taken to custody, they are being taken to jail, then a blind woman is crossing the police van, and they stop, and then she goes to the polling booth. Yes, now everything is sorted. These three, they have falsely implicated them, and a lot of other things also happen in the end. I don't want to reveal what happens. This is a spoiler alert. The senior guy, he in the end, he ultimately he's tired of running and he hangs himself, and then they have already shown a false arrest so that the political party saves face, and because the elections are there, so before that so and so day they need to show that these three are arrested so that the voters sway towards them, But he commits suicide, so all their plans go awry. So because they had done a false arrest, so they show that he commits suicide later, not at a previous date, and he was the killer. Yeah. So you see it to know the exact details. The political party, they have maneuvered everything and swayed the voters to them after victimizing these three. But this is all false. They have maneuvered the voters, and the voter is blind. So the blind old lady goes to vote, and the election person asks, you cannot see? She said, I cannot see anything. She has come with someone, of course, to guide her, and then she puts her vote. She says, yeah, I cannot see anything. So that is the voter. The voter cannot see anything. They are manipulated. They are maneuvered by the political parties. So it looks like a democracy, but it is not. It is a blind democracy. A fantastic satire told in a very thrilling manner, exciting manner. Nayattu, a good watch. Don't miss it. So please like, share and subscribe to Cinema Satsang and leave your comments. Thank you.